Hey guys, what's up? My name's Lisa and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys a little bit more about my pregnancy, postpartum, and how life is overall in being a first-time mom. So for those of you who don't know, my son is actually going to be 3 months in a couple weeks. And my life has definitely changed. Being a first-time mom is definitely difficult, especially for myself because my husband is in the military. He is deployed at the moment, and which makes me like a single mom. I mean, it's hard, especially at night, because he used to help me a lot within the first month that he was here. So now being by myself is a lot harder, but I mean, I am at my parents right now, so my mom is definitely a huge help. But yes, my life has definitely changed. Being a first-time mom is hard, but it's a learning experience in itself. You learn a lot about yourself and your baby. And it's very exciting. I always knew I wanted to be a young mom. I am going to be turning 23 in September. And I always knew that I wanted to be a mom. And me and my husband were both on board on having a baby. So James was planned. I know that was one of the questions as well that I got, that if he was planned. And yes, he was. Another question that I got was how did I react when I found out I was pregnant? And so last year, around the end of June was when our son was conceived. And at first I didn't think I was pregnant, and I took a couple pregnancy tests like 2 weeks before my period came, and they came out negative. So I was like, okay, like I'm not pregnant. So for 4th of July, that's when I partied it up, and I was drinking, and I was having fun with my friends. And then the following week came, that's when I was supposed to get my period, and it never came. And I know my body very well. My cycle comes every 27 days. I'm never late. I'm always on track. If I'm a day late, that's fine, because it'll usually come the next day. But my cycle is very regular. So for me, my period was already 1 week late, and I was like, all right, like I know something's up. So I bought a bunch of pregnancy tests, and I took like 6. And they all came out positive. And I was like, all right, then I guess I am pregnant. So then I went to the doctor's appointment, and they didn't even let like my pregnancy test develop all the way, because they like knew, like the doctor came in and she was like, yeah, you're definitely pregnant. And she gave me my due date, which was March 16th. And yeah, and at that time when I found out I was pregnant, my husband was also away at a training in Virginia, and he was gone for a whole month. And within that month is when I found out I was pregnant. So he wasn't with me, which in a way like kind of bums me out now, because I wish that we were together when I found out to see his reaction. But I mean, I FaceTimed him and I let him know, and he was like super excited, and we were just both super excited, and we wanted to know the gender already, but obviously we had to wait. But yeah, we were very excited. And then I told my mom, like very nonchalant too, and she's like, what do you mean your period's late? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, are you pregnant? And I was like, yeah. So she was like, what? So she was happy too. And then we told my sister in a cute way also. We gave her like a little bag, and inside the bag there was like a bib that said my aunt is awesome. And she started crying. She's like, oh my god. So that was really cute too. And we both told my dad, and my dad, like the first thing he said was, well, good luck, because it's gonna be hard. And my dad has always been a person of not really showing emotion, but after when we found out the gender and stuff, he was happy. And I'm the youngest, so he would always like baby me, and he would always be like, oh, make sure to eat, like make sure to be eating healthy. So all my family was very happy because we haven't had a baby in the family for almost oh my gosh, yeah, like 8 years. So having a new baby around has definitely brought our family together, and it's honestly a blessing. Also, another person had asked me was, how is postpartum, like am I dealing with any baby blues or postpartum depression? And I wouldn't say that I was dealing with postpartum depression, but I definitely got the baby blues within the first like week of having my baby. And it was really sad. Like I remember there'd be nights that I would just be holding James and breastfeeding him, and I would just cry, and I was filled with so many emotions. And I remember Jordan coming in and seeing me cry, and he'd be like, babe, like what's wrong? Like you're doing great. Like why are you crying? Like I don't like seeing you cry. And I don't know, it's weird, honestly. Like that feeling is very, very weird, because it's like you don't know why you're crying. Your body is like trying to get back to its normal self, so you have a bunch of hormones running around like crazy, and you're super tired, you're sleep deprived, you're trying to adjust to this new life, and you're just very overwhelmed. Did I have any pain throughout my pregnancy? And the answer is yes. The pain varied throughout each trimester. So my first trimester, I only experienced like tender breasts, nothing painful, some cramps here and there, but they would vary. My second trimester, the same, tender breasts, but I feel like my second trimester was the smoothest. And my third trimester, I had very bad back pain, especially when I would be at work, because I'm sitting down for most of the time. So I would always have to be sitting on like this little pillow or having like heating pads, because I was definitely having bad back pain. I felt like my back was opening, like someone was just like stretching out my bones, and oh my God, it hurt so bad. Like it would hurt to the point where when I would try to stand up from my chair, and I would like have to hold on to something because the pain was very painful. Did I have swelling on my hands or feet? Yes, I did, but it wasn't very noticeable. I had most of my swelling on my ankles, so I had like huge cankles, like literally I grew a whole foot size being pregnant, and now I'm a size 9. But my feet didn't get swollen. It was just more on my ankles. My hands did get swollen as well. Like my wedding rings, I wasn't able to wear them because they would get stuck, or when I would have them on, they would be very hard to take off. But other than that, no drastic swelling even after my pregnancy. It went away pretty fast. I mean, now my ankles and my feet are back to normal. They're still a size 9, which sucks, so a lot of my shoes don't fit me anymore. But yeah, my hands are back to normal as well. My face, I got most of my swelling on my face too, which went down as well. And like I said, I did gain a lot of weight in my pregnancy. I gained 50 pounds. I'm not back to my pre-pregnancy weight, but you know, I'm working towards that, which I'm going to start up my exercise pretty soon. I do go back to work next week. So that's going to get me back into my routine of exercising, eating healthy, all that stuff. So, yeah. One of you guys asked me if I did anything to help my labor go smoother. I didn't do anything to help my labor go smoother, but I did do some things to help induce my labor. Like I said, I ate a lot of pineapple. I bounced a lot on my exercise ball. I also drank raspberry leaf tea, which I heard helps you induce as well. And I got that at Bye Bye Baby. They have like the packets there. And when I went in at my 38-week appointment, the OB told me if you want your cervix to dilate to have sex. So that helped as well. But like I said, I didn't do anything to help my labor go smoother, but I did do some things to induce my labor. And I feel like those things definitely helped, because my baby did come on March 11th instead of the 16th. So I do think that having sex, eating pineapple, drinking raspberry leaf tea, and your exercising ball is definitely a plus to induce your labor. Another question that I got was, how was the healing process down there? And for myself, thankfully, I only got 2 stitches. So the healing process was actually pretty good, like pretty fast. I wasn't in pain. When you leave the hospital, they do give you ibuprofen, 800 milligrams. So I mean, I was popping those, and they definitely helped with the pain. It's not an excruciating pain. You just feel very sore, and my stitches went away on their own. So about like 5.5 weeks, I stopped bleeding. But I did take care of down there very well. At the hospital, they give you like these circle pad things that are, they have, what do they have on it? They have like witch hazel and some other stuff, which is really cooling. So you would put like a big pad, and then you would put those pads in your pad, which would help like soothe and calm the discomfort down there. But yeah, my healing process was solid, and I'm perfectly fine now. Another question that a couple of you guys asked me was, how was the whole breastfeeding experience for me? And for myself, it was going pretty good up to about 3 weeks after I had my son. I actually got mastitis on my left breast. So I was in bed with the chills, and I was trembling, and I had a fever, which sucks because it was very painful. My breast was super inflamed and engorged and just huge and red, and it was very painful. So I had to make an appointment with my OB. They gave me antibiotics to take for a whole week. Thankfully, my mastitis went away, but ever since then, my left breast would never produce as much as my right. And even when my left breast was producing, it would only produce like an ounce. And my baby would never get full just exclusively off of my breast milk. I wouldn't be producing that much. So I would, at about a month and a half, I started giving him formula. So I would give him about 1 to 2 bottles a day, depending on if we had to go to the doctors or anything like that. And a couple weeks ago, I noticed that my left breast wasn't producing anything. I mean, like, I would latch him on there and he would get so frustrated. So when I would take off the nipple shield, I would notice like there was only little like specks of my milk. And usually when I would take off my nipple shield from my right breast, there's milk inside of the nipple shield. And last week I got my period, which I was pretty bummed out about, because usually when you get your period, that means that you're rarely producing anything. So for me, as of now, I'm not breastfeeding anymore. I actually stopped last week, and now he's just drinking formula now, which bums me out because I really wanted to breastfeed him for longer. But you know, I breastfeeded him for almost 3 months, which means I tried. So I give myself props. Would I have want to keep breastfeeding him? Yes. But I'm also going back to work next week. So for me, pumping and leaving him here with my mom and trying to supplement formula and breast milk would just be too much. So, I mean, he's fine now, just with formula, and he drinks about 6 to 8 ounces, which is a lot. He's a comelon, man. He's a gordo with his little, he has a double chin now. He's so cute. But yeah, so my breastfeeding experience was okay. It was good for the first month and a half, but like I said, he was drinking way more than I was producing, so I had to start giving him formula. And now, unfortunately, my breasts aren't producing milk, and I did get my period, which means my milk supply is no longer. So yeah, I'm no longer breastfeeding. And the last questions I'm going to be answering is, did your labor go smoothly or as planned? I didn't have like a plan on how I wanted my labor to go. I mean, I knew that this baby was going to come out whenever he wanted to. But I did start getting everything ready, like my diaper bag at around 35 weeks. My baby came at 39 weeks, so he was like 5 days early. I went into the hospital thinking that I wasn't gonna get the epidural. So I think that was one of the main things that I wasn't really expecting, but obviously ended up getting it because your girl can't hang. But I got my epidural at around 6 centimeters, and after that, after I got the epidural, from almost 6 centimeters to the whole start pushing process, that was only like an hour and a half. So I feel after my epidural, my baby came out really fast. I mean, I only pushed 6 times and he was out. And I think that's one of the reasons why I would definitely have another baby again. Because if I would know that my labor is going to be as easy as this one was, then I would definitely pop out another baby. But every labor is different, so who knows. Also, do I have any advice for any mommies to be? One of the main things I would tell you is have communication. Definitely communication is key with you and your partner. Make sure you guys have like not a routine, but taking turns throughout the night, because I know that the first 2 to 3 weeks is definitely hard because you guys are both very sleep deprived. So make sure either one of you guys is getting rest when the other one is attending to the baby. Also don't try not to get overwhelmed. I mean, I know that when your baby is first here, you're trying to adjust and everything is new and you want everything to fall into a routine, but you will get the hang of it and it will get easier, I promise you. Just the first month is the hardest. So that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to give it a big thumbs up and a subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to be leaving my Instagram down below. Make sure to go check it out and give us a follow. And we will catch you guys next time. Bye!